Demon Slayer is a boss-related secret achievement, and while you can't beat the game without getting this achievement, this one's not easy. To get Demon Slayer, you have to kill Yxunomei, the boss for the Dragon's Eye area. Not only is she at the very bottom of a sprawling 5 floors deep dungeon, but in my opinion, Yxunomei holds the top spot for hardest boss in the game, because you don't have a lot of equipment, levels, or spells, potions at this point, so dealing with her can be kind of frustrating. Yxunomei likes to cast Cloud Kill and animate dead on top of you when the fight starts, and she herself has high resistances, so casting spells against her is a crapshoot. She's an absolute monster in melee combat, with a really high strength and armor class, and being immune to anything below +2 enchantment. And she chugs oils of speed to attack faster, so going up against her would be hard enough even if she was alone. She's accompanied by several Yuan-ti elites with bows, a Yuan-ti mage, and she summons 3 Yuan-ti priests in behind the party, as well as summoning zombies on top of you. The mages like to cast Dire Charm, so you're down a person unless they make a save, and the priests cast protection spells on themselves and other Yuan-ti, so they're mini monsters in combat relative to her. Finally, the whole section of floor in front of Yxunomei is trapped as well, so trying to approach her is a no-go. Now, I wouldn't say I'm an expert at combat for the game, so my walkthrough on how to kill this boss and get the achievement is somewhere between luck and cheese. First off, do not fight her in the boss room. Retreat to this first little side room and kill the 3 priests quickly if you're able to. What you want to do is get in the room to hold the door and have the Yuan-ti and the zombies that Yxunomei summons choke up the door. Send your tankiest party member to block the door with his body and then proceed to bomb the mob of enemies with every AoE ability you have. Fireball, Snellux, Snowstorm, Skull Trap, Flaming Oil, while also pelting the mob with any missile weapons you have. Summon spells are useful here, if only to take the heat off your main group. Your goal here is to deplete the army that she has, so you can have a shot at Yxunomei herself. You have 2 more points to fall back into in this room, so use them if necessary. The breaking point is when enough of her minions have died, and Yxunomei herself steps into the room with you. Luckily, after her spells and army is spent, she doesn't have any ranged damage options, so she just resorts to running you down in melee. Pinpoint who she's focusing on, and just run them around this torture device while mopping up the rest of the riffraff with your party. Finally, when you can focus solely on Yxunomei, the fight becomes easier. As you kite her around the terrain, have your other party members pelt her with ranged weapons and spells. There are plenty of +2 arrows in this area, and you will need them. Magic Missile spells and Melf's Minute Meteors are good spells to use here, as Magic Missile has no saving throws, so they can break through her resistances. And Melf's Minute Meteors are technically a missile weapon, so they don't run into that spell resistance. As a last resort, if your resources are spent at this point, you can swarm her en masse with your enchanted weapons, but she is a monster in melee, so only do this to finish her off, as even your toughest fighters can't stand toe-to-toe with her for long. When she goes down, the achievement will pop.